So hi there grade 5 pupils, welcome back again to another video lesson. So we shall now proceed on the next video lesson. So after discussing on how to visualize multiplication of fractions using models, we shall now proceed to multiplication of fractions. So for our lesson objective, at the end of this video lesson, you are expected to multiply a fraction and a whole number and another fraction. So, diba, dun sa ating previous video lesson, tinuruan ko kayo kung paano ang pag-multiply using models. Now, dito talaga ituturo kung paano yung process, yung mga shortcut kung paano tayo nagmumultiply ng mga fractions. So, but before that, let us have review. So find the GCF of the following. If you still remember, GCF stands for the greatest common factor. Like for example, for letter A, 15 and 40. For letter B, 28 and 63. And then for letter C, we have 12, 20, and 32. So using continuous division, let us have the first one, 15 and 40. So, ano yung common factors sila na pwede natin silang i-divide? So, that is 5. Now, 15 divided by 5, that is 3. 40 divided by 5, that is 8. So, meron pa bang common factors yung 3 and 8? I think wala na. So, therefore, the GCF is 5. Next, we have 28 and 63. So the common factor of 28 and 63 is 7. 28 divided by 7, we have 4. And then for 63 divided by 7, we have 9. Now, what is the common factor of 4 and 9? That is only 1. Therefore, our GCF is 7. And then finally, we have 12, 20, and 32. So we'll write the numbers horizontally. And then, since all these numbers are even numbers, we can divide them by 2. So if we divide 12 by 2, we'll get 6. 20 by 2, that is 10. 32 by 2, that is 16. Then looking at the quotients, they are still even numbers. So we can still divide 2. 6 divided by 2, we have 3. 10 divided by 2, that is 5. And then 16 divided by 2, we have 8. So we only have 3, 5, and 8. And 3, 5, and 8 have no common factors. Therefore, our GCF, or the greatest common factor, is 2 times 2. And 2 times 2 is 4. So before we proceed to our discussion, so kaya tayo nag-review dun sa GCF because magagamit po natin yan sa ating topic, which is multiplication of fractions. So mamaya, i-apply natin yan. So let us proceed to multiplying fraction by another fraction. So we have a question here. How to multiply the fractions 5 over 8 and 2/3? So paano nga ba tayo nagmumultiply ng fractions? So fraction to fraction. So in multiplying a fraction by another fraction, follow the steps. So ito yung mga steps na dapat nating tandaan at i-follow. So first, multiply the numerators. Second, multiply the denominators. And then finally, reduce the fraction to lowest terms if possible. So numerators, ito yung mga numbers na nasa itaas ng fraction bar. And the denominators, ito naman yung mga numbers na nasa ibaba ng fraction bar. So let us have our example, 5 over 8 and 2/3. So sulat natin 5/8 times 2/3. And then following the steps, multiply the numerators. 5 times 2, we have 10. And then for denominators, 8 times 3, we have 24. And then reduce the fraction to lowest terms if possible. Now, what is the common factor or the GCF of 10 and 24? And that is 2. So we'll divide both numerator by and denominator by 2. So 10 divided by 2, that is 5. 24 divided by 2, that is 12. So our final answer is 5 over 12. So the product of 5, 8, and 2/3 is 5 over 12. So let's have another examples. So multiply the following fractions. Simplify if possible. So for letter A, we have 7 over 12 times 5 over 9. So the first step is to multiply the numerators. That is 7 times 5. And 7 times 5 is 35. And then 12 times 9 is 108. So our product is 35 over 108. So can we divide these two numbers by a common factor? So there is no common factor aside from 1. So this will be our final answer. 35 over 108. Next, 3 over 10 times 2 over 15. 3 times 2 all over 10 times 15. So 3 times 2, that is 6. And then 10 times 15, we have 150. Now, let us simplify 6 over 150. So we can divide both numerator and denominator by 2. 6 divided by 2, we have 3. 150 divided by 2, we have 75. Can we simplify 3 over 75 further? Yes, by dividing the common factor, the greatest common factor, 3, to both numerator and denominator. So that is 3 divided by 3, 1 over 75 divided by 3, that is 25. So our final answer is 1 over 25. Okay, so pwede rin nating i-divide siya ng diretso by 6. Hindi yung by 2 tapos by 3. So pwede rin po siyang 6 agad. So nasa sa atin kasi kung gets natin agad or alam natin agad kung ano yung greatest common factor. Okay, so pwede kasi nating isipin siya mentally. Or pwede na namang isulat using continuous division. So nasa atin po kung paano natin naintindihan. So kapag dinivide natin yung 6 over 150 divided by 6 over 6, we'll have 1 over 25. So we'll get the same answer. So we have letter C, 1 over 7 times 4/5 times 7 over 11. So let us multiply the numerators. So 1 times 4 times 7 over the denominators, 7 times 5 times 11. So 1 times 4, we have 4, times 7, we have 28. All over 7 times 5, we have 35 times 11, that is 385. So, i-multiply po ninyo 35 by 11. You'll get 385. And then, simplify natin siya. So, what is the GCF of 28 and 385? That is 7. So, we'll divide 7 to both numerator and denominator. So, 28 divided by 7, we have 4. All over 385 divided by 7, that is 55. So our final answer is 4 over 55. Next, 3/4 times 8 over 9 times 6 over 7. So that is 3 times 8 times 6 all over 4 times 9 times 7. So 3 times 8, we have 24. And then 24 by 6, we have 144. All over 4 times 9, we have 36. Times 7, 252. So 144 over 252 can be simplified. So divide natin siya by 9. So try natin by 9. So pwede natin muna siyang i-divide by 2. So nasa sa atin kung saan natin siya i-divide. Pwede rin sa 3, pwede rin sa 6 as long as divisible yung mga numbers. So 144 divided by 9, we have 16. Over 252 divided by 9, we have 28. Can we simplify 16 over 28 further? Yes, we can divide this by 4. So 16 divided by 4, we have 4. And then 28 divided by 4, we have 7. So 4 over 7, this will be our final answer. Or, pwede natin agad i-divide sa 36. So saan nakuha ang 36? Kasi 9. And then 4. That is 9 times 4, 36. So pwede rin naman kasi nating unti-untiin. So para hindi tayo mahirapan. Pero kung alam na natin kung paano madaling paraan na makuha yung GCF, walang problema as long as mag-arrive tayo sa sagot na 4 over 7. So 144 divided by 36, we have 4. And then 252 divided by 36, that is 7. So this will be our answer. 4 over 7. Now, the use of cancellation method in multiplying fractions. So yung cancellation method na to, ito yung pinakamadaling paraan kung paano tayo mag-multiply ng fractions from the root word cancel. So ibig sabihin, meron tayong tinatanggal. So use cancellation method in multiplying fractions to get a simplified answer. Consider the following steps. And then, kapag ginamit natin yung cancellation method, so yung makukuha po nating product is simplified na. Ibig sabihin, hindi na po natin kailangan pang i-lowest term. Okay, so let's have the following steps. First, look for a numerator and a denominator that can be cancelled or has common factor or factors. Then, divide both numbers by their GCF. So kapag cancellation method po ang ating ginagamit, make sure yung ating mga kinakancel ay hindi sila nasa isang pwesto lang. Ibig sabihin, kailangan yung isa numerator nasa taas, yung isa naman denominator nasa ibaba. Hindi po pwedeng parehong numerator ang ika-cancel out. Hindi rin pwedeng parehong denominator. So dapat numerator at denominator. And then, kailangan natin dyan, syempre, yung greatest common factor. So, sa cancellation method, gamit na gamit po dyan yung greatest common factors. So, kaya meron tayong review kanina ng greatest common factor. And then, repeat the process until there are no more numerators and denominators that can be cancelled. Okay. So, halimbawa, ginamitan natin ng cancellation method. Nakuha natin yung GCF. And then, pag-apply natin ng GCF, pag-divide natin, ay pwede pang i-divide further. So, ulit-ulitin lang natin yung process hanggang wala na tayong makakancel pa. And then, kapag tapos na nating makancel, wala ng common factors, multiply the remaining factors. If the resulting fraction is an improper fraction, change it to a mixed number. So, may mga pagkakataon na yung makukuha nating product is an improper fraction. So, kapag improper fraction, mas mataas po ang value ng numerator kesa sa denominator. So, kapag ganun po, kailangan po natin i-change sa mixed number or mixed fractions. Ito yung isang whole number tsaka isang proper fraction. So, let's multiply. Multiply the following fractions using cancellation method. So, as I mentioned a while ago, gagamitin po natin yung cancellation method kasi isa siya sa pinakamadaling paraan paano mag-multiply ng fractions. Let us have the given. So, for letter A, we have 6 over 25 times 5 over 18. So, rewrite natin dito ng mas malaki. Ayan. And then, cancellation method, kailangan yung ika-cancel natin isang numerator at isang denominator. So, hindi natin sila pwedeng i-cancel kung wala naman po silang common factors. Like, for example, 6 and 25, they do not have common factor. So, ang pwede nating i-cancel out dyan is yung 6 tsaka yung 18. So, what is the greatest common factor of 6 and 18? So that is 6. So 6 divided by 6, we have 1. So i-cross out natin siya, slash, and then lagay natin yung quotient sa itaas. And then 18 divided by 6, the answer is 3. Sa ibaba naman siya. Next, pwede rin ba ang 5 and 25? Yes, meron silang common factor or greatest common factor which is 5. So 5 divided by 5 will have 1. And then 25 divided by 5 will have 5. Now, meron pa ba tayong nakikitang common factor? So, 1 and 3, hindi na po pwede yan. 1 and 5, hindi na rin. So, we'll multiply the remaining factors. So, remaining factors, yung mga numbers na sinulat natin. Ayan, yung 1, 1, 5, 3. So, numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. So, 1 times 1, that is 1. 5 times 3, we have 15. So, our final answer is 1 over 15. As you can see, simplified na po yung ating sagot kasi ginamitan na po natin ng cancellation method. Kasi ang ibibigay niyang sagot talaga kapag ginamit natin yung method na yan is simplified na. Next, 16 over 21 times 7 over 12. So, sulat lang natin ulit. Ayan. So, pwede nating i-cancel yung 7 and 21 kasi ang greatest common factor nila is 7. So, 7 divided by 7, this will become 1. 21 will become 3. Next, what about 16 and 12? So, pwede nating i-divide dyan 2. Try muna natin na 2. 16 divided by 2, we have 8. 12 divided by 2, we have 6. So, looking at the factors, so pwede pa po nating i-cancel out yung 8 tsaka yung 6 kasi pwede pang i-divide sa 2. So, 8 divided by 2, this will become 4. And then 6 divided by 2, this will become 3. Pero, kapag dinivide natin yung 16 and 12 by 4 agad, so, hindi na tayo pwedeng mag-repeat pa ng process. Okay, so kasi ang agad nalilitaw is 4 and 3, hindi po yung 8 tsaka 6. So, now, let us multiply the remaining factors. So, 4, ito, multiply by 1, will have 4. And then 3 times 3 will have 9. So, our answer is 4 over 9, which is in simplified form already. So, let's have another examples. The 7 over 24 times 16 over 15. So, sulat natin dito. So, yung 7 and 15, wala po silang common factor. But 16 and 24, they have common factor. So, try natin yung 4. So, 16 divided by 4, this will become 4. And then 24 divided by 4, that will become 6. And then, pwede pa po nating i-simplify yung 4, yung 6, tsaka 6. So, divide natin sila pareho sa 2. So, 4 will become 2, and then 6 will become 3. Now, let us multiply the remaining factors. So, 7, hindi naman po siya nagalaw. So, 7 times 2, that is 14. All over 3 times 15, that is 45. So, our final answer is 14 over 45. So, kapag na-apply na po natin yung cancellation method, dun pa lang po, wala na po tayong kailangan pang i-simplify sa final answer kasi simplified na yon, tandaan natin. Pero kapag meron tayong hindi pa na-cancel out, kailangan pa rin po nating i-simplify or i-reduce to lowest term yung ating nakuhang product. Next, 13 over 28 times 7 over 26 times 12 over 35. So, sulat lang natin dito sa ibaba. Okay. So, yung 13 and 26, pwede po natin yang i-simplify. So, yung GCF ng 13 and 26 is yung mismong number 13. So, 13 divided by 13, this is 1. Then, 26 divided by 13, that will become 2. Next, 7 tsaka 28. Or pwede rin namang 7 tsaka 35. So, try natin kung 7 and 35. So, 7 tsaka 35, ang GCF nila is 7. So, 7 divided by 7, that is 1. 35 divided by 7, that is 5. Next, what about 12 and 28? So, 12, divide natin siya sa 4, magiging 3. Yung 28, dinivide natin sa 4, magiging 7. Now, tignan natin yung mga nakuha nating mga sagot. Sa taas, 113. Sa ibaba, 725. So, wala na tayong pwede pang i-cancel. So, multiply na lang natin sila. So, 1 times 1 times 3, that is 3. 7 times 2, 14. Times 5, 70. So, our final answer is 3 over 70. So, let us now proceed to multiplying fraction by a whole number. So, the question is, how to multiply 2 over 9 and 6? So, paano nga ba natin minumultiply ang isang fraction, which is 2 over 9, sa isang whole number na 6? In multiplying a fraction by a whole number, follow the steps. Write the whole number as a fraction by putting 1 as its denominator. So, since yung 6, whole number siya, para maging fraction siya, lagyan lang po natin ng 1 sa ibaba na magsisilbing denominator niya. So, magiging 6 over 1 siya nun. And then, multiply both numerators and both denominators. Use cancellation if possible. So, sundan natin yung sinabi niya kanina. So, 2 over 9 times 6 over 1. Ayan, yung ilalagay natin yung 1 as the denominator of 6. Now, let us apply cancellation. So, pwede naman tayo mag-multiply ng both numerators and both denominators. Pero, pwede rin po tayong gumamit agad ng cancellation kung possible. So, dito, yung 6 tsaka 9, meron silang GCF na 3. So, kapag yung 6 dinivide natin sa 3, magiging 2 ito. And then, yung 9, dinivide natin sa 3, magiging 3. Now, let us multiply the remaining factors. So, numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. 2 times 2, that is 4. 3 times 1, that is 3. So, 4 over 3 is an improper fraction. So, change natin yan sa mixed number. So, ilang 3 ang pwedeng kunin sa 4? We only have 1. So, kung meron tayong isang 3 sa 4, ilan ang remainder? That is 1. So, 1 and 1/3. So, this will be our answer. 1 and 1/3. So, let's try another examples. So, for letter A, we have 7/10 times 9. So, apply natin yung steps kanina. So, magiging 7/10 times 9/1 siya nun. Wala tayong ibang ilalagay na denominator ng whole number, kundi yung 1. Kasi 9 divided by 1 or 9/1, that is equal to 9. Kasi kapag 9/3, ginawa nating denominator is 3, hindi na po magiging 9 yun. Magiging 3 na siya. Mahahati siya sa 3. Now, so, apply natin yung cancellation. Hindi siya possible kasi wala namang common factors. Now, let us multiply both numerators and both denominators. So, 7 times 9, we have 63. 10 times 1, we have 10. So, 63/10 is an improper fraction. So, we have to change this into a mixed number. So, 63/10, that will be 6 and 3/10. So, meron kasing 6 na 10 ang makukuha sa 63. And then, yung matitira, 3, that is 3/10. So, this will be our final answer, 6 and 3/10. So, sulat natin dito, 6 and 3/10. So, kapag iniwan kasi natin siyang 63/10, hindi po yun considered. Okay, so kailangan kasi nakasimplify. Kailangan mixed number. Next, 12 times 15/32. So, magiging 12/1 times 15/32. So, yung 12 and 32, meron silang common factors, which is 4. Or pwede rin namang divide muna natin siya sa 2. So, dito, yung greatest common factor na talaga. So, 4. So, 12 divided by 4, this will become 3. And then 32 divided by 4, that will become 8. Next, multiply the remaining factors. So, 3 times 15, we have 45. 1 times 8, we have 8. So, 45/8. So, ilan ang 8 sa 45? We only have 5. And then, yung remainder, 5. And then, 5 and 5/8. So, this will be our final answer. So, 5 and 5/8. So, another. Ayan. So, pwede ring 3 yung minumultiply. Okay. Kasama na yung whole number, tsaka maaring dalawang proper fractions. O pwede rin namang dalawang whole number, tsaka isang proper fraction. So, let's have the first one. 3/7 times 6 times 14/27. So, sulat natin as 3/7 times 6/1 times 14/27. So, dito tayo sa 3, tsaka 27. So, pwede natin silang i-cancel. So, yung 3, magiging 1, kasi yung GCF nila is 3. Yung 27 naman, magiging 9. What else? Yung 14 tsaka 7, yung GCF nila is 7. So, 7 divided by 7, this will become 1. Then, 14 will become 2. Ano pa? Yung 6, tsaka yung 9 sa ibaba, ang GCF nila is 3. So, 6 will become 2. And then, 9 will become 3. So, multiply natin yung mga natira. 1 times 2 times 2, we have 4. And then, yung sa baba, 1 times 1 times 3, we have 3. So, yung sagot natin, 4/3, simplify natin yan as 1 and 1/3. So, this will be our final answer. Next, 4 times 11/20 times 32/33. So, magiging 4/1 times 11/20 times 32/33. over 33. So, dito muna tayo sa 4, tsaka 20. So, yung GCF nila is 4. So, 4 will become 1. 20 will become 5. Next, 11 and 33, divisible sila by 11. Yung GCF nila is 11. So, 11 will become 1. And then, 33 will become 3. Yung 32, tsaka 5, hindi sila divisible. Wala silang common factor, as well as yung 33 and 3. So, multiply na lang natin yung mga natira. So, 1 times 1 times 32, 32. 1 times 5, 5 times 3, 15. So, 32 over 15, that is a mixed na improper fraction, an improper fraction. So, change natin yan into a mixed number. So, 32 over 15, that is 2 and 2 over 15. Kasi merong dalawang 15 ang makukuha sa 32, then yung remainder 2. So, our final answer is 2 and 2 over 15. So, bago tayo magtungo sa ating susunod na video lesson, so I hope natutunan natin kung paano mag-multiply ng fraction to fraction, fraction to whole number, and then kung paano gamitin yung cancellation method. So, I advise na gamitin natin yung cancellation method. Kaya lang, kailangan may background kayo, may alam kayo sa greatest common factor. Siyempre, alam nyo yung greatest common factor kasi naging lesson na natin yan kasama nung LCM. Kung matatandaan nyo, sa addition and subtraction, ginamit natin dyan is yung LCM. Kaya lang doon, LCD siya kasi we're talking about denominators. So, dito, sa multiplication, tsaka sa susunod na lesson, which is division, gagamitin po naman natin is greatest common factor. So, for our next lesson, syempre, na-discuss ko na kung paano yung process ng multiplication of fractions. So, we'll now proceed to solving routine or non-routine problems involving multiplication without or with addition or subtraction of fractions and whole number. So, dyan, meron po tayong mga problems na mainly involved lang po yung multiplication. Meron din namang problem na kasama ang addition and subtraction. So, kapag kasama kasi yung addition and subtraction, nagiging non-routine siya, multi-step. Ibig sabihin, ginagamitan natin ng ibang operation, hindi lang siya one step. Okay, so ayan, i-discuss ko po yan sa ating susunod na video lesson. So, thanks for watching.